To be another above average year for water levels in Lake Erie, and those levels on the rise. People near that lake are fearing the worst. The Now Detroit's Matthew Smith looks at the impact of the rising waters and how communities are responding.
The wind really controls what happens.
As Amy Crouchman and I get a view of Lake Erie on yet another balmy morning, we're talking water levels. The latest report shows yet another year of levels being up. Locals lived through this last year. It meant flooded homes, Crouchman's included. Parts of Luna Pier and Frenchtown had to be evacuated. But what may be bad news for locals is actually good for those of us commuting to the lake.
It doesn't help my service department, but it helps all the boaters, so they're not running into anything, and they get to see some areas that maybe they haven't been able to go to for a few years because the water level's high now.
We're tracking the environmental conditions over this area.
Over at the Army Corps of Engineers, I'm told that while levels are high, we'll likely avoid record levels. But wind will play a big factor day to day. Remember those wild images out of Ontario of ice coming right up out of the lake? At times, one side of the lake can be as much as 12 to 15 feet different.
And when the wind subsides, the lake kind of acts like a bathtub where the water will slosh back and forth for a couple days while all that energy is dissipated.
That's the type of thing we all need to watch for flooding as the ice disappears and major storm events. But for those looking forward to fishing or boating, the latest outlook is great. And those tasked with working and living here, you just learn to prepare for anything.
You learn how to deal with the lakes. It's one of the things you have to adapt to.
For the Now Detroit, I'm Matthew Smith.
All right, thank you, Matthew.